Hey guys, right, I wanted to do a quick video on these flash adapters that I've designed for my flashes. So these are Godox V862/S flashes, I believe. And as you can see here, I have this little mount on here, and this mount is for these. This is the product that I made basically. These detach, and as you can see, they are connecting with magnets. So very neat. I love it. And you see here we have diffusion, and these are the actual colors here. As you can see, there's quite a few of them. And then here we have bigger ones. These are honeycomb filters, and these are for concentrating light into one area. So instead, if you didn't have them, the light would spread out and it would just go everywhere. But these, what they do is, you can see they got holes in them, and that concentrates the light into a narrow field. See, you can see through there. So that would be much concentrated. So if we shine a light through here, it would literally just be like on me here, for example. There, you can see that. I'm just putting that on my light that's lighting my face, using that. So obviously I use these flashes with these gels, and these gels are very important for the style that I shoot. So before I actually made this adapter with these gel filters, I used to have a lot of these sheets, a much smaller scale than this, like a little strip. I think these are called acetate sheets. And yeah, so basically I had a dozen of them, literally a dozen. And I used to carry them in a little pouch. Let's see if I can imitate. So I would have them like that on the flash, kind of like that. And then I would secure them in place with a rubber band, like around that. And then if I wanted another honeycomb filter on top of the gel, it wouldn't be like a standard fit. It would have to go on top of it, have to strap onto the flash itself. So it'd just be really awkward and messy and just wouldn't fit. And the gel would get wrinkled up and it just wouldn't work. The problem with that old method is that I had to carry a bunch of those rubber bands, a bunch of those acetate sheets, dozens of them, and that tiny pouch. And all of these separate acetate filters, obviously not the size, they would just be really messy as they are really paperweight. These are a bit thicker, but the other sheets that I had, they were really lightweight and they would just be really easy to lose. And none of them were labeled either, so you wouldn't know which one has high saturation, which one has low saturation. So you wouldn't really know. You would have to experiment with each individual one until you got it right. And especially if you're working with models or people, you don't want to waste their time, do you? So you want to be prepared. You want to know what you're shooting with. So when I was actually searching for other products, because I would rather just buy them if they already exist, so I came across Magmod's design, and they were actually really good. I had the products in my to-buy list for actually many years, but I couldn't justify buying them because they were literally hundreds of pounds. However, the set that I wanted would include all the colors. I would just have to buy so many different series of them, which would really rack up to hundreds of pounds. And it just didn't seem like a complete kit, so that was quite annoying. Considering all the materials that I'd actually used in these filters, is actually really cheap. So hundreds of pounds, I really didn't want to spend all that. I mean, sure, it might not sound quite a lot to many people, considering of what they can bring as a artist, as a photographer. But the biggest reason why I didn't actually buy them is just because they didn't have the complete set of colors that I wanted. So I ended up designing my own, which has all the colors that I shoot with. And these are all the high saturation colors that I shoot with. And I got a different bag with low saturation colors. And these black ones are just diffusion layers. And of course, the honeycomb filters, which I love. And so you see there's different thicknesses. The whole idea of these are pretty much exactly the same as Magmod's, just hot swappable with magnets. So you see, let me just get individual ones, for example. So here we have that. Stick on. Let's get a filter, maybe behind it, and then maybe a diffusion layer on top. Simple, love it. Just snap it back on. Nice and tidy. So they are stuck on with magnets. That you've got a magnet in here behind. You can actually see. Can you see? Can't really. There you go. You can kind of see the shine there. It's here. And then, so yeah, one on each side, one here, and same here. They're embedded into the 3D print, so here and here, just like that. So these gel filters have a 1mm gap between the actual gel and the top layer. However, here, from the flash base to the edge here is around 5mm. So stick it on. And this is so that the flash itself, the light, doesn't touch the gel. because when you set it to 1:1 exposure, it produces a lot of heat, which could actually melt the gel. I also wanted to make sure that these flashes themselves, they fit into the mount itself. So here, and then just tightens. And you still have the access all buttons and stuff. So yeah, that pretty much covers the idea that I went for. I used ASA plastics instead of PLA or PETG because ASA is one of the high endurance plastics, so it can endure quite a lot of heat. And on the sides of these filters, you can see I colored them using Cosmic Shimmer, so that it's easy to identify what color is what. So on the front and back, I also have labels as well, and I have a number indicator here, and the higher the number, the higher the saturation value, basically. And these I won't even use, but I still wanted to make them in case for some reason I do want to end up at low saturation values. But these are just the ones I carry with me, just the high saturation values. But yeah, a bit of a random video, but I thought that was quite a neat thing that I designed, because this was always a minor inconvenience that I had in photography. All these gel strips, they were a bit messy, and I thought, you know what, hey, I have a 3D printer now, I know how to use it, let's design something. And that was pretty fun. I don't know if it's actually fun, it was just something that I wanted to sort out, because now it's just so straightforward when I'm shooting. I know what is what. I know the exact color that I'm going to get. I've done a lot of testing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Take care.